Whether you've been trying to conceive for a long time or it's only your first or second cycle, the holidays can be a tricky time of the year. And that's why I thought it would be a great idea to make this video that is for you and by you. Hello lovelies, and welcome to another one of my videos in which we'll be talking about how to get through the holidays when you're trying to conceive. And you know what? I was overwhelmed by the response that you left on my community tab when I asked you what you would be doing to get through the holidays. Honestly, I couldn't read any of your comments without almost getting tears down my cheeks, and definitely not without any goosebumps, because I was so touched by everything you guys wrote. I've been touched by how courageous some of you are, by how strong you are, by how positive you are, how you're trying to focus on the good things in life. I've also been touched by how some of you are grieving over lost babies, or because you've been trying to conceive for so long and nothing has been happening. I think this is one of the really great things about this channel having become a community. It was a year ago, or a little more than a year ago, that I started to put up proper videos. And since then, this channel has grown with 55,000 subscribers, and the community is even bigger because not all of you who are watching are actually subscribed. So this video is extra special because it is compiled with all of your suggestions. I would really recommend to you, after this video, head on over to the community tab of my channel and check out all of the comments. I know you will be encouraged for sure. The thing that you guys are mentioning the most is stay busy. Stay busy with wrapping presents or putting up decorations, taking care of family business, and other things you could be doing is clearing up your house, decluttering, you name it. Just keep yourself occupied. The second thing I've seen a lot of you mention is that you are trusting God, regardless of what happens, whether that baby shows up or it doesn't, and that you're taking your time to invest in your faith and that you're growing a lot spiritually. I think that's really, really wonderful, because it's true, whether that baby comes or not, you are growing, and that's important because your life matters, not just the life of your future babies. Your life matters. You have a purpose. And you know what? If you're giving up all control and you're leaving it to the Almighty One, you can't be hopeless. Number 3 that I saw a lot, good one too, and that is invest in your marriage. And yeah, that's probably a clever one, because even if your kids do show up, they're going to grow up and they're going to leave, and you're going to be staying behind with the man that you had these babies with. You better still like that person when you have empty nest syndrome, and you better still have a great friendship. So there is no better time to start investing in that than today. Now here's a good one. Plan fun things. And yes, you can be doing that because it is a fun season with all the lights and the decorations. Everything is focused on celebration, so why shouldn't you be celebrating with fun things? Of course, if you're in your 2-week wait during Christmas or New Year's, that's not easy. It's even harder if you had a recent miscarriage and that you were hoping to announce that you were pregnant during Christmas. Or if you've been trying for a very, very long time and you see that 2019 is ending and you still aren't pregnant and you're wondering, is 2020 then going to be my year? Try to focus on what's good and what's fun. And as some of you say, celebrate life. And since we're talking about those of you that have lost a baby this year, I've got 2 suggestions that might help you to get through your grief. It's not going to take away your grief, but it will help you process. One is, why don't you write your baby a letter? You are a mom, regardless of your baby not being here. You are a mother. Write your baby a letter and say how much you love them. If this shot looks really different from the previous shots, that's because life is making me do this video in several parts. But I'm not giving up because I want to get this video out to you. So we're moving on to number 6. And this suggestion may not be for all of you. So if you're hearing this and it's crushing your heart, just leave it, okay? But there might be a couple out there that will think, hey, that is actually a pretty good idea in my case. So this suggestion is for you. If you had already bought Christmas clothes for the little baby that you were expecting this Christmas, and your baby isn't here because you had a miscarriage, you lost your baby, or because you didn't fall pregnant at all, why don't you wrap up those clothes in Christmas wrapping paper? That way you won't be confronted with those clothes all the time, and it is an act of putting it to the side. Now what you do with it next, that's up to you. There are 2 things you could do. Either you keep those clothes wrapped up as a little present for the baby that you are expecting in the future. Or if you're up for this, this could be really healing. Think of somebody that has a baby with that clothes size. You could see it this way. You did think that you bought those clothes for the baby you expected, but perhaps you were meant to buy those clothes for that little one. Now, it takes a really courageous heart to look at it this way. But if you're able to look at it that way, I promise you it will be really healing. Plus, it will give you the excuse to buy new clothes in the future when that baby does arrive. If you're not up for that, don't worry, okay? Just wrap up those clothes and put them to the side for your own future. A lot of your comments were about focusing on your own health. Now, obviously, if you're trying to conceive, it's important for you to be healthy. So focusing on health generally, rather than focusing on your fertility, is a really good idea. You're going to reap the benefits of that regardless of what happens next. Another really sweet suggestion from one of you was to write down the traditions that you would like to have with your kids in the future. And you can also do more than just write them down with your spouse. You can actually start to implement them. Why not start the traditions today that you would like to have with your family in the future? And then lastly, I thought this was really adorable. This lady says that she writes down baby names that she really likes, but also looks up their meanings, so that the day that she does fall pregnant and that she's expecting her baby, that she can pick one of those names. She also said, don't set your heart on just one name because you will know that it gets stolen by someone else. But if you have a whole load of names, then you have something to pick from. And I really love the idea of actually writing down the meanings of them, because once that baby does arrive, you will know which name suits that baby for sure. So I really hope that you found this video helpful, but mostly encouraging, because that is what this video is really about, for you to know that you're not the only one that is having difficulty with the holidays, and that there are so many things that you can do to enjoy the lights, cherish the love, and celebrate life. See you in the next video. Bye.